Have you ever noticed that you're losing strength a little faster than you expected? Maybe climbing the stairs feels just a little harder. Maybe your favorite armchair feels deeper, and getting up from it takes more effort than it used to. Have you wondered why it feels like you're trying harder, but your muscles aren't responding the way they once did? What if I told you it's not just aging, and that there's one very specific kind of protein that might be missing from your daily life, quietly causing you to lose muscle every single day? I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to uncover something that very few people talk about. Something that could make all the difference in your strength, your balance, and your ability to stay independent for many years to come. I spent countless hours reading the latest research, speaking to experts in senior health, and gathering the real, practical information that matters to you. And today I'm bringing it all to you in the simplest, most actionable way. Because you deserve to have the tools to stay strong, vibrant, and free. And before we dive in, let me offer you a little gift. At the end of this video, I'll share a simple daily tip you can start using immediately. Something so easy, it will feel like second nature, but it can protect your muscles and help you feel stronger with every passing day. If you find this valuable, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel and left a comment about your own experiences with muscle loss. Your story might just help someone else who's facing the same challenges. Now, why does this topic matter so much? Because muscle loss isn't just about feeling a little weaker. It's about maintaining your ability to live the life you love. It's about walking confidently, avoiding falls, reaching for things you need, playing with your grandchildren, gardening, traveling, dancing, laughing, living. Losing muscle silently erodes those freedoms day by day. And the worst part is, most people don't realize it's happening until it's already affecting their lives. Your body is already giving you signals. Feeling more tired after ordinary activities, noticing that you can't carry the same grocery bags you once could, struggling a bit with balance. These are all little nudges from your body asking for help. And one of the biggest reasons for this decline isn't just about getting older. It's about the kind of protein you're or aren't feeding your body. You've probably heard that protein is important for building muscle. That's true, of course, but not all proteins are created equal. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein. The same piece of chicken or glass of milk that fueled your muscles when you were 40 doesn't work quite as effectively when you're 70 or beyond. Your muscles need a specific type of protein to stay strong, high quality, complete protein, and they need it regularly, every day, not just here and there. Let me explain what that means simply. A complete protein contains all the essential amino acids your muscles need to repair and rebuild themselves. Think of amino acids as the tiny building blocks of muscle. If your body doesn't get the full set, it's like trying to build a house with half the bricks missing. No matter how hard you work, the house will be weak. Over time, with missing pieces, it crumbles. Unfortunately, many seniors don't get enough complete protein. Some cut back on meat and dairy because they find them harder to digest. Others simply aren't eating enough total protein because appetite tends to decline with age. And the result? The body quietly starts tearing down muscle to find the building blocks it needs. That's why seniors can lose as much as 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade after 30, and why the process speeds up dramatically after 70. Now here's where it gets even more critical. There's one particular kind of protein that research shows is especially powerful for seniors. Whey protein. You may have heard of it before, maybe in the context of athletes or gym goers. But here's the truth. Whey protein is a treasure for people over 70. It's absorbed quickly. It contains all the essential amino acids. And it's particularly rich in something called leucine, a special amino acid that is absolutely crucial for muscle repair and growth. Leucine acts like a spark plug for muscle building. Without enough leucine, your body can have plenty of protein floating around, but it simply won't rebuild muscle effectively. Think of leucine like the ignition key in a car. Without it, the engine doesn't start, no matter how much gas is in the tank. Whey protein has been shown in studies to help older adults not just maintain their muscle mass, but in some cases, actually rebuild lost muscle. It's a safe, simple, and effective addition to your daily life, especially if you're struggling to get enough protein from food alone. Now you might be wondering, Do I have to drink a big, heavy protein shake every day? Absolutely not. A small scoop of whey protein powder, stirred into a little water, milk, or even added to your oatmeal, can give your body the boost it needs. Just 20 to 30 grams of high-quality whey protein a day, about one small scoop, can make a real difference. And no, you don't have to be pumping iron at the gym to benefit. Simply feeding your muscles the right fuel helps you preserve what you already have. And when you combine it with even gentle movement, like walking or light strength exercises, the effects can be incredible. Let me tell you about a wonderful gentleman I met not long ago. His name is Harold. He's 83, a retired firefighter, with a love for gardening. Last year, Harold noticed he was struggling to get up from his knees after planting his tomatoes. His doctor ran some basic tests, and they found his muscle mass had dropped significantly in the past 2 years. Rather than accept it, Harold decided to take action. He started adding a small whey protein drink to his morning routine and began doing 5 minutes of light chair exercises 3 times a week. Within just 3 months, Harold was stronger, more stable, and able to spend longer hours in his garden without fear of falling. Harold's story isn't unique, and there's no reason it can't be your story too. In just a moment, we're going to dive even deeper. We'll talk about why not just any protein will do, why timing matters more than you might think, and simple everyday steps you can take to make sure you're not just surviving these years, you're thriving through them. Now that we've uncovered how vital, high-quality, complete proteins like whey are for protecting your muscles, let's talk about something equally important: when and how you get that protein into your body. You see, it's not just about what you eat, it's about timing too. Your body, especially after 70, works a little differently than it did when you were younger. It doesn't store and use nutrients as efficiently. That means you can't simply have a huge steak at dinner and expect it to carry you through the day. Instead, your muscles need a steady, gentle supply of the right building blocks, spread out evenly across your meals. Think of it like watering a garden. If you dump a whole bucket of water on your plants once a day, most of it just runs off, and the soil can't absorb it all. But if you give your plants a little water several times a day, the soil stays moist, the roots stay healthy, and the garden thrives. Your muscles are just like that garden. They do best with regular nourishment. Studies show that seniors who spread their protein intake across breakfast, lunch, and dinner retain significantly more muscle mass compared to those who eat most of their protein at just one meal. So if you're used to a light breakfast of toast or a banana, it might be time to rethink that routine. Adding just a little extra protein in the morning, maybe a scrambled egg, a spoonful of Greek yogurt, or a small whey protein shake, can set your body up for better muscle maintenance all day long. I know change isn't always easy. After a lifetime of habits, adding more protein early in the day might feel a little strange at first, but I promise you, it's one of the most powerful steps you can take towards staying strong and independent. Now let's address something else that's often overlooked: digestion. As we age, our stomachs naturally produce less stomach acid. This can make it harder to digest and absorb certain proteins, especially heavier meats like beef and pork. That's another reason why seniors often struggle to get enough usable protein, even if they're technically eating enough food. This is where lighter, easier to digest protein sources shine. Things like fish, eggs, dairy, legumes, and of course, whey protein. They're gentler on the digestive system and deliver the essential amino acids your muscles crave without overwhelming your stomach. Here's a simple example. Mary, a 76-year-old retired librarian I met recently, shared that she had stopped eating meat because it felt too heavy. But without realizing it, she hadn't found a good replacement. Over time, she started feeling weaker and lost some of her balanced confidence. When she added a little cottage cheese to her breakfast and a small whey protein smoothie in the afternoons, she started to regain her strength. It wasn't about eating a huge meal, it was about feeding her body smarter, not harder. That's what I want for you too. A small change in your daily habits can set off a beautiful ripple effect that touches every part of your life. Your energy levels, your mood, your mobility, and your sense of control over your own health. Now, some people ask me, isn't taking a supplement like whey protein unnatural? Shouldn't I just get everything from food? And that's a wonderful question. The truth is, getting all your nutrients from whole foods is a beautiful goal, but it's not always realistic, especially for seniors. Appetite changes, dental issues, medication side effects, and digestion challenges all make it harder to eat large amounts of food. A high-quality whey protein supplement isn't about replacing meals. It's about filling in the gaps, gently and safely. And remember, quality matters. If you choose to use a whey protein powder, look for one that's low in added sugars, artificial flavors, and unnecessary fillers. A clean, simple formula is best. Your muscles don't need fancy. They need pure, complete fuel. Now let's shift to something equally important: activity. You might be thinking, what good is all this protein if I'm not lifting weights or running marathons? Well, here's the encouraging news. Even the gentlest activity can signal to your muscles that it's time to stay strong. You don't have to lift heavy weights to benefit. Simple chair exercises, resistance band work, even just standing up and sitting down several times in a row. These small movements tell your body, I still need my muscles, keep them ready. When you pair proper nutrition with light, regular movement, you create a powerful message within your body. Build, maintain, protect. Even if you've already lost some muscle, it's never too late to reclaim strength and resilience. Your body is remarkably capable of responding, no matter your age. Let me share a quick story that stuck with me. There's a gentleman named Robert, 79 years old, who thought his active days were behind him. He struggled to get around, relied on a cane, and felt like every day was a little harder than the last. But he decided he wasn't ready to give up. He started sipping a small whey protein shake in the morning, adding a boiled egg or some yogurt at lunch, and doing 5 minutes of chair exercises every evening while watching the news. In just 4 months, Robert had ditched his cane for short walks, had better balance, and most importantly, felt proud of himself again. He said, I didn't know it was possible to feel stronger at my age. I thought I had to settle for decline. I'm glad I didn't. And you, my friend, don't have to settle either. All of this comes down to small, manageable steps. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Maybe tomorrow you add a little more protein to your breakfast. Maybe the next day you take a 5-minute stroll around your home. Every small action is a seed planted, and those seeds will grow into a stronger, more independent you. In just a moment, we'll explore even more simple and effective strategies to protect your muscles, support your mental well-being, and ensure that you not only stay strong, but truly thrive in this beautiful chapter of your life. The signs we've talked about, muscle weakness, slower movements, that gradual loss of independence, they don't have to be the future you accept. Because right now, you have the power to change course. You have the opportunity to rebuild your strength, protect your muscles, and live your life with more energy, more confidence, and more freedom than you might think possible. The first and most important solution is simple. Commit to daily protein intake. This isn't about counting every gram or obsessing over food. It's about gently, steadily making sure your muscles get the building blocks they need. Every single day, a small scoop of whey protein in the morning, an egg with breakfast, some cottage cheese or Greek yogurt with lunch, a little bit of chicken or fish at dinner. When you nourish your body throughout the day, you keep your muscle-building engine humming. And here's something even more encouraging. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. Even if you hit your protein goals 5 days a week and miss a day here or there, your body will still reap the benefits. It's about consistency, not perfection. Think of it as putting money into a savings account. Every little deposit strengthens your future. Now let's talk about movement. If you want your muscles to stay strong, you have to give them a reason to stick around. And no, that doesn't mean you need to join a gym or lift heavy weights. It can be as simple as standing up from a chair without using your hands, walking a little farther today than you did yesterday, stretching your arms above your head and holding for a few seconds. Small daily acts of movement tell your muscles, I'm still here, I still need you. And the beauty of movement is that it doesn't just help your body, it lifts your spirit too. Physical activity, even in small doses, releases endorphins, those wonderful chemicals that make you feel happier, more optimistic, and more energized. It's like nature's gift to us, a free medicine with no side effects, available every time we take a step or stretch a little farther. Alongside protein and movement, there's something just as vital that we sometimes overlook: mental and emotional strength. Staying positive, hopeful, and connected plays a huge role in your physical health. When you feel isolated, anxious, or downhearted, your body feels it too. Your energy dips. Your motivation to eat well or move fades. That's why nurturing your mind and heart is every bit as important as feeding your muscles. One way to do this is by building small circles of connection. Maybe it's a weekly phone call with a friend. Maybe it's attending a community class, even if it's just once a month. Maybe it's joining a book club, a walking group, or even a simple gathering at the local senior center. When you connect with others, you're not just feeding your spirit. You're giving yourself a reason to keep growing, to keep moving forward. Another beautiful gift you can give yourself is purpose. It doesn't have to be grand. Purpose can be tending a garden, teaching your grandchildren how to bake a pie, volunteering once a month, or even learning something new just because it sparks joy. Purpose fuels your soul, and when your soul is energized, your body often follows. Of course, through all of this, regular health checkups remain crucial. They aren't just for when you're sick. They're opportunities to catch small problems before they become big ones. Checking your vitamin D levels, your bone density, your muscle mass, even your nutritional status. All of this helps you stay proactive and in control of your health journey. Your doctor can be a valuable ally, helping you fine-tune your approach so you can keep living your life the way you want. And remember, there's no shame in asking for support, whether it's guidance from a nutritionist, a trainer who specializes in senior fitness, or even just a supportive friend who walks with you around the block. Building a small team around you can make the journey more joyful and sustainable. Finally, let's talk about one of the most powerful forces you have on your side: your mindset. Aging is not a decline, it's a journey. It's a path of wisdom, resilience, and growth. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every experience has prepared you for this moment, and this moment is filled with opportunity. When you choose to believe that strength is still possible, that growth is still within reach, you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your muscles, your mind, and your spirit respond to that belief. They rise to meet your expectations, and they will surprise you with how much strength, energy, and life you still have within you. It's easy to feel discouraged sometimes, especially if you've lost a little more strength than you would like. But I want you to remember something very important. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience, from wisdom, from everything you've already overcome. You've faced challenges before and come through them stronger. This is just another chapter in your story, a chapter you have the power to write with hope, with courage, and with pride. In just a moment, we'll bring everything together, tying the physical, emotional, and practical steps into a clear, simple path you can follow. A path that leads not just to stronger muscles, but to a stronger, more joyful you. As we come to the close of our time together today, let's take a deep breath and reflect on everything we've uncovered. We've talked about the quiet but steady loss of muscle that can happen when the right kind of protein is missing from your diet. We've explored the power of complete proteins, the vital role of whey, the importance of timing your intake throughout the day, and how even gentle daily movement can signal your body to stay strong and resilient. We also uncovered something even deeper: that strength isn't just about the muscles in your arms and legs. It's about the strength of your heart, your mind, and your spirit. It's about your determination to live each day with vitality, dignity, and joy. And that strength, my friend, is something you still have within you, ready to be tapped no matter your age or current condition. If you take one message away from this conversation today, let it be this: your health is still in your hands. Every small step you take toward better nutrition, more movement, more connection, and more self-care is a step toward a better, stronger, brighter future. You are not powerless against muscle loss. You are not at the mercy of age. You have tools, you have knowledge, and most importantly, you have the power to act. So today, right now, make a decision. Decide to nourish your body with the right kind of protein. Decide to move a little each day, however you can. Decide to reach out to someone you care about. Decide to check in with your doctor, even if it's just to ask one important question. What more can I do to stay strong? Because the greatest tragedy isn't growing older, it's giving up before we have to. And you, my friend, have so much more living to do. Start small if you need to. Maybe tomorrow you enjoy a scoop of whey protein with your morning oatmeal. Maybe you stand up and sit down from a chair 10 times in a row, smiling at yourself for the effort. Maybe you pick up the phone and call a friend just to say hello. These tiny steps are powerful. They are the seeds of change, and over time, they will grow. They will grow into better balance, stronger legs, steadier hands, a quicker mind, and a heart that beats with hope and courage. Taking action today isn't just about feeling better tomorrow. It's about claiming your right to live life fully, freely, and joyfully. It's about refusing to let muscle loss or fear or doubt steal a single precious moment from your life. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the people who love you. And most of all, you owe it to the extraordinary person you are. A person who has lived, loved, struggled, triumphed, and now stands at a beautiful crossroads, ready to choose strength, growth, and joy once again. Before we go, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me. Your time is valuable, your trust is precious, and it has been an honor to walk this path with you today. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you'll always have a place to come for encouragement, wisdom, and support. Share this video with a friend or loved one who might need a little extra inspiration today. And please, leave a comment below. Maybe tell me what small change you're planning to make this week. Your story could be the spark that lights someone else's path. Together we can build a community of strength, hope, and joyful living, no matter how many candles are on our birthday cakes. So until next time, remember, you are strong, you are capable, you are just getting started. Take care of yourself, nourish your body, move with joy, and above all, never stop believing in the power of today.